my philosophical perspective on religion. So I personally align with monotheism because I believe in one supreme God who created everything and provides moral guidance for human life. From my perspective, faith is important, but philosophy is also used because it helps me critically reflect on my beliefs and then understand them more deeply rather than accepting them blindly. So, as you can see here, the key commitments of these perspectives are, of monotheism are God as the ultimate source of moral truth and purpose. Life's meaning is grounded in relationships with the divine. Um, Reason and revelation work together to illuminate existence. Ethical responsibility flows from a God-given moral framework, bearing philosophic perspectives. Okay. And I'm going to compare the three philosophical perspectives, which are monotheism, polytheism, humanism, and their similarities. So, in monotheism, uh, it is believed that there is only one God, and in polytheism, there are many gods, and in humanism, no supernatural beings. And in monotheism, it says God is source of morality, while polytheism says gods have different roles, and humanism says morality based on reason and humanity. In monotheism, purpose comes from God. In polytheism, purpose varies by God, and humanism, purpose created by humans. Monotheism, universe created by God. Polytheism, universe governed by multiple gods. And humanism, universe explained naturally. So the only similarities that I could find between them is that all try to explain existence and morality, and they all provide meaning frameworks for life. So, these three perspectives all attempt to answer the same big philosophical questions about life, morality, and existence by the different explanations. Monotheism attributes meaning to one God, polytheism to multiple divine beings, and humanism to human reason and experience without supernatural belief. Aquinas' 5 ways, uh, which are the arguments for God's existence, we know that we've learned that the first way is motion, the second way first cause, the third way is necessity, and the fourth way is gradation and design. Way, which is motion, it's talking about everything in motion is moved by something else. And the second way, which is first cause, everything has a cause and must be a first and caused cause, which is God. And we also have the third way, which is necessity, which explains contingent things require a necessary being, which all lead to God. And then we have gradation and design, which talks of degrees of perfection and order in nature, okay? Or at least a perfect standard or intelligent design. So their strengths are based on observation of the world, logical structured reasoning, explains existence and order, and the weakness says that does not prove the Christian God specifically. Some arguments challenged by modern science and infinite regress or alternative explanations possible. So Aquina five ways argue that the existence of the universe requires an ultimate explanation. From my understanding, these arguments are strong because they use logic and real-world observation. However, they do not fully prove the specific characteristics of the Christian God, and some philosophers argue that natural explanation could also account for parts of the universe. So going to the fifth slide, um, the problem of evil. The problem of evil is one of the strongest philosophical challenges to believe in God. It questions how a perfectly good and powerful God can allow suffering in the world. This is not just a theoretical issue. We see examples of suffering in real life, such as war, illness, and natural disasters. The response of free will defense. Here, Plantinga's free will defense argues that God allows evil because freedom is necessary for meaningful human life. In my view, this explains why moral evil exists because people are responsible for their actions. However, it is more difficult to apply this explanation to natural disasters or suffering that is not caused by human choices. Humanists provide a non-religious approach to ethics and meaning. While I personally believe in monotheism, I recognize that humanism shares important values such as compassion, justice, and respect for human dignity. The main difference is the source of morality, God, in monotheism versus human reason in humanism. Philosophy has helped me reflect more deeply on my beliefs and understand how faith, reason, and human experience all shape the way we interpret life. In today's world, especially with technology and social media, philosophy is still very relevant. This shows why both religious and philosophical thinking are important in shaping ethical decisions. So personally, I find that philosophy strengthens my faith by encouraging deeper reflection and understanding.